Last time on Shadow Peace, a moment of peace and quiet happened, and the Strawhat Pirates bonded with some of the orphans of Elbaf. After sleeping one last night, it is time to return to the arena and go through the quarter and semi-finals. Will Sanji or Hyradine be able to reach the top of the Winter Solstice Festival tournament? Let's go and find out. Many battles will take place on the first day, but the opening act is between two giants known for their incredible strength. The Sin of Pride Hyradine versus a top candidate to join the Einherjar in the future, Tyr. Sanji will have a bit more time to calm down his nerves and spectate a few battles. Another piece of good news is that the only woman in the top 8, Bronya, is on the other side of the brackets. Listening to the betting giants, it's also easy to notice that this is a pretty even battle, with a slight lean into Hyradine's favor. However, willpower, determination, and in some cases, desperation can change the outcome of a battle. Hyradine and the new giant warrior pirates haven't communicated with the Strawhat Pirates since the day before the Battle Royale stage. As rivals, they didn't want to disturb whatever the humans are planning. That is what they call giant manners. But our group of foreigners doesn't mind having them as opponents. So when they see Hyradine walk up to the arena, they cheer for him with all they have. Everything he has done since last year has led up to this point, and now the time has come to show all of Elbaf what a pirate can do, what a member of the Fleet of Death can do, what a giant who has left Elbaf can do. The two giant warriors are of similar size and stature. Their weapons of choice are different, however. Hyradine has his arm bracers, and Tyr is wielding an incredible sword. It's a sword of great craftsmanship. Its red accents make it seem like something a royal could wield. But when Tyr slowly places it on the ground, the blade pierces into it without any problems. And even the audience is talking how this blade is known as a cursed blade. A beautiful weapon that also shows sharpness like only the best blades. Tyr is not only here to show his strength, but just like everybody else, he has a wish. Something he wants from King Odin. Hyradine, giant who left the great country of Elbaf. Was your journey worth it? While the battle has already officially started, the two fighters are first going to share some words. Tyr, you have grown up, but if you think you can truly grow strong by just staying in one place, you couldn't be more wrong. Most of you Elbaf warriors wouldn't last a day in the New Worlds. The spectators all stand up in shock. What an outrageous statement! Elbaf is a strong nation, and all the warriors are brave and proud. There's no way this youngling just said that. Well, if we are on Hyradine's side or Elbaf's side, doesn't change anything. What we do know is that at this very moment there are already outsiders present capable of defeating many giants, or maybe even the entire island. So Hyradine's fact does stand. Tyr, as one rookie that never left the island, doesn't believe what Hyradine just said. There's no way that the outside world has that many monsters. Maybe you just lost your edge. We grow stronger every day we left on this island. Even your so-called emperors don't come here regularly. Redhair Shanks, that man and his crew probably couldn't stop our army, but Sir Dory and Sir Broggy insisted that we let him take us as his territory. After battling for so many years, those two probably have gone senile. Since he was young, Tyr wanted to see his home as the strongest nation, but by never leaving, he can't even make proper comparisons. This will be a battle determining if the outside world can help giants grow even further. Now it is time. Tyr pulls out his sword from the ground, and Hyradine knocks his fists together, before both let out powerful war cries and rush towards each other. And with one big bang, their respective weapons clash against each other. Sparks fly everywhere. The spectators and other contestants feel the wind generated by their encounter. Neither one is budging even 1 millimeter. The only thing getting defeated so far is the floor around them. Immediately, cracks appear on the ground, and their blackened weapons feel like they are crying out for more collisions. One after the other, sword against fist. While the two of them shit-talked each other before the battle, now they are laughing and smiling, just enjoying a good combat session. Just exchanging their normal attacks isn't enough for the two maniacs. After another conflict of power, some distance gets created between the two, and both enter special stances. Hyridine acts way faster than his opponent, and with one punch to the ground, a massive crater gets created in which the giant disappears into, but Tyr doesn't lose concentration. To the surprise of the new giant warrior pirates spectating and cheering on Hyridine, Tyr's eyes actually get elated and his smile grows even bigger in size. Pulling his sword above his head, he yells out, "I've been waiting for this moment for decades!" Tyr is a bit younger than Hyridine. His excitement keeps on rising, and with an increasingly loud voice, he yells out his attack. At the exact same time, from under the ground, a muffled Hyridine screams out his own attack. The Sin of Pride's voice gets clearer and clearer as his fist smashes through the ground. Fire gets generated from Tyr's downward sword swing, and electricity starts to flicker from Hyridine's uppercuts. Elements are about to clash as the two weapons are quickly approaching each other, and the voices now have reached the audience. "Gungnir! Thine slave!" The whole arena shakes from the impact of the two attacks. Both of the warriors keep on screaming, sword against fist. This clash should have an obvious favorite. However, Hyridine has the age advantage and experience advantage. They get pushed back and forth. The audience gets more and more pumped up. This may only be the first battle of the KO stage, but nobody would surprise if Hyridine or Tyr could take it all. This already feels like a final battle. With a big explosion, the encounter of the two attacks ends and a gigantic cloud of dust covers the arena. Sparks of fire and electricity are still flying through the air. It is a moment of silence. Every warrior capable of observation haki can spot the two contenders and notice that this battle is far from over. Hyridine is throwing away his right arm guard as it got destroyed from the impact. Tyr on the other hand got lifted off the ground and is currently falling from at least 20 meters. His sword isn't damaged at all, so with a swift movement and spinning his entire body around, a fire tornado appears around himself. Not only is he returning back to the ground, he is immediately going on the offense again. A twister of flames is approaching Hyridine. Countless fiery cuts connect with his body. Without armored haki, this attack could have been devastating. However, like the steeled warrior he is, he tanks the full attack without as much as a small wince, before countering with another one of his techniques. "Your flames are burning brightly, Tyr. From all the giants of Elbaf, you might be the closest one to the depiction of a fire god, but if you want to reach the tails of the sun gods, you have to change your approach." Saying all that while being on the receiving end of an attack could be understood as a clear difference in power, and Hyridine's next action would hammer that fact down even more. "Take this, Mjolnir!" Raising both hands above his head and enveloping them in his best armored haki, Hyridine is about to show no mercy. Specks of thunder appear around his fists, and with one whoosh, he brings them down onto Tyr's back. A loud crash can be heard as soon as the thunder hammer attack connects with the body of the other fighter, followed by a nasty crack. And lastly, another bang as Tyr gets smashed into the ground. All the flames disappear and a big crater appears in the arena. The audience is cheering, some are showing concern for the young giant, and the Strawhat Pirates think about how the arena will have to be repaired after every battle. Hyridine lets out a huff. The Mjolnir technique still takes a toll on his body. If Tyr would just remain on the ground, everything would be fine. Suddenly, out of nowhere, Maria feels a hand on his leg. Why does this keep on happening on this island? His observation haki should have been able to capture this person. The young Liv, the other children, and a different giant woman from yesterday are approaching the group of humans. Liv quickly climbs onto Maria's lap, using his abs like a xylophone. "Your body is funny, onion devil." As the father he is, the Shadow Emperor just accepts his fate and starts amusing the child. The giant woman paired with the children join our group as well. Sanji's photographic memory for a woman he has met before quickly remembers something. This is Bronya, another one of the top 8 in the tournament. She is a tough looking giant, revealing a lot of her skin and paired together with that, scars. She is blonde and her hair is tied together in a ponytail, and her clothes look much more primal compared to the other giants. Brooke is the first one to act. "Yo ho 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 ho! Young lady, may I see your panties?" Much to his surprise, Bronya actually quickly lifts up her skirt before asking, Satisfied, she sits down next to the group. The kids wanted to watch the tournament and insisted on sitting together with you. I hope we are not intruding. As the leader, Moria answers and lets her know that there are no problems with the situation, even though Liv is currently stretching the skin around the Shadow Emperor's lips. The Charlotte cook is intrigued by the scenario. This woman might very well be the biggest hurdle to Sanji's victory. Well, first she would have to defeat both Prince Loki and Hyrule, but still, she's a woman and that's Sanji's problem. Out of curiosity, the blonde man asks the other participant why she is together with the children and receives an expected answer. Just like them, I also lost my parents when I was young, so they somewhat feel like my siblings, even though we all are orphans. Found family, a topic Sanji can relate to very well. Bronya seems like a nice girl and all the kids like her. Prona especially gets along with another woman of similar mental age. While these people can spend a casual time together, the battle in the arena continues. Hyrule was hoping for Tyr to just stay down, to keep his strength for the second battle of the day, but things aren't this easy. With his eyes still closed in an almost breakdancer-like fashion, Tyr gets back on his feet and also slashes at Hyrule's legs, stomach and face. His willpower must have grown even bigger as he overpowers Hyrule's arm and haki and leaves cuts on the giant's body. Now both of them have spilled blood in this battle. Blow for blow, slash for slash, the two of them continue to exchange combos, leaving their marks on their opponents. Tyr may have started as the weaker fighter, but over the course of the battle he closed that gap further and further. Haki grows more powerful and battles against strong opponents, and regular tournaments like this one are one of the key reasons why the Giants of Elbaf are so powerful. The thing that lets Hyrule stay on the winning side is Tyr's predictable swordsmanship. His way of fighting is a perfect copy or a perfect replica of the Elbaf sword style, and the Sin of Pride has experienced that one a lot, giving him many opportunities to counter. It is clear that Tyr is the challenger in this battle, but his pride won't let him stay down. Even though he keeps getting knocked down and his stamina falls lower and lower, his attacks remain on the same level of strength, they might even grow stronger. Instead of decreasing his offense, he just started ignoring his defense more and more, to redistribute his remaining endurance all into his attacks. His face, limbs and body in general are swollen up. Without the determination of a hero, this would already be over. The captain of the new giant warrior pirates can't help but respect his younger fellow giants. You have grown to an incredible level without leaving the island, Tyr. Your strength rivals the greatest of our nation. For a second, Hyrule stops as he remembers something from his past. Tyr's actions and never-ending determination fit right into this puzzle that formed into his head right now. Tyr, the title of God of War isn't something you can just inherit. You are doing great. Hyrule catches his opponent's sword as he resumes talking. But you have to step out of the shadows of the past. Follow your own path, and you will surpass him. Stop imitating what you once saw and become your own giants. With a direct and fast hit to the face, Hyrule sends the young giant flying backwards. Take the title with your own methods, not his. This isn't what your father would have wanted. And this is the end of today's episode of Shadow Piece. I hope you enjoyed it, because next week we are going to take a look at what Hyrule exactly meant with that last statement. There are still a lot of things happening in Elbaf, and these tournament battles are going to take a while as well. So I hope you enjoy a good combat session. But all that's left for me to be said is stay happy, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay cultured. Pyro out. Bye!